And once again, this is Splattercat, and welcome to episode 7 of my Gnomoria play, which is taking place in the Kingdom of Meatshark. I do appreciate you watching and coming and being my co-pilot for all this. I'm going to get things rolling. We're pretty much picking up the pieces where we left off in episode 6. I am waiting on some workshops to be built, but we are making barrels and things too. We are kind of starting to get some of our storage needs taken care of. You see here we've got some crates built, and it looks like goblins have decided to show up. It looks like they're attacking one of my woodcutters. Bink and my other amigo here are jumping in to fight the goblins, but we'll see how it goes. They have killed one. It appears as though we lost Paladak Ursula, and Billa seems okay though. Billa has fallen over though. Billa's not bleeding though, so I think we're okay. We held off that assault. It is unfortunate that we lost a gnome, but she was already really injured, and I didn't have the facilities in place to heal her. So that's another assault taken care of. That one was not without losses, though, so... neither of those goblins, I think, dropped a weapon. That does allow Duna, however, who was off duty at the time, to come and grab an axe. And Duna has a lot of axe skill, so I think Duna's going to serve us a little better than Paladak Ursula did. We'll just have to respect her sacrifice for now. I'm going to go ahead and actually, I think, make a little stockpile around here somewhere for our dead bodies. There is no miasma to worry about like there is in Dwarf Fortress, or even in towns I've heard that there's a miasma system that makes all your people unhappy. I will go ahead, and I don't think I'm going to put it on this floor. I may dig down a little deeper and make kind of an underground tomb area for some of our fallen so that we can respect them properly, because she died doing her duty to gnomish society, and we want to respect our gnomish heroes. We don't want to abandon them and leave them outside the walls like this. But for now, we just don't have the space until I clear out a little more, and I don't want to increase my work queue by chopping up a bunch of stuff. It looks like a number of my guys are actually... Rooffolk is now jumping in and helping with the brewing process. Our drink count is going up, which is great. I'd like to keep that a little high in case something goes wrong and we get stuck in a situation where we're trying to replace workers. I think the last of our barrels is now good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look here and make sure that they're actually storing drinks in these barrels. I don't see anything being stored, but maybe they'll haul that later. I'm going to go ahead and it paused my game because it didn't autosave there. And in Meatshark, we have many's the need for barrels. So I'm going to go ahead and put these last 2 barrels in here. Get those in place. I don't know if they can reach corner slots like that or if they can corner up diagonally. I do not want this to happen. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and say to avoid enemies, and Duna, don't be an idiot. Come on, Duna. What are you doing? Get back here. The bear does not mean us harm. It's just chilling. Okay, so Duna had a stroke of intelligence and decided not to get herself killed. Bears are not something that I am super excited about fighting with right now. I have seen entire platoons be wiped out by a bear, which is not something that I'm happy about. Let's see. You've got patrol routes here. I would like to wait until the rest of my workshops are taken care of downstairs. And it looks like they are getting one of them put together, which is fantastic. I believe that is either the loom. Actually, I think the loom is in the corner. I think this is the... It's not telling me what it is. It is the... Let me see here. Oh, this is the loom, and this would be the tailor over here. So they're going ahead and they're getting that built, which is fantastic. That is where I want them to be there. I do like my gnomes to be a bit diversified so that they can jump around and do a bunch of different jobs. I am really excited that we're actually making progress for once, and things are actually getting built. I really feel behind the 8 ball on this one. I don't feel really confident about where Meatshark is at the moment. I don't know if Bink got beat up in that last exchange. I'm going to take a look. Bink's in good health. Fantastic. He is thirsty, however, but I assume he'll take care of that on his own. That's not something that I need to micromanage. I'm not completely sure how to get them to haul the beer to the barrels. The problem I always have with my workshop is they seem to just like leave the stuff they craft on the ground. I'm sorry for that, my finger slipped on the roll bar there. I'm not sure how to get them to take this and then move it to Yeah, see, I don't get how to get them to move it to the barrels. Maybe I'll look that up in between this Let's Play before I do episode 8, and we'll take a look and see if we can figure out a way to get them to actually move things the way I want them to. Because for now, I've got all these barrels here, and they just simply aren't being used, and that doesn't seem like it's a great way to use up all my planks if they aren't going to effectively be using everything. And we do have another bear on our property, but it looks like it's kind of just chilling off to the side there. We're not going to worry about it. It looks like it scared off a gnome at some point. There's a log laying out there in the middle of nowhere, out in the boondocks. I don't know why there's a random log out there. I don't recall ever chopping wood there. And now they're getting this other place built, which is good. We don't have any cloth though, so once that gets built, we're going to get a solid supply of cloth, and I'm going to get some bandages going, and I am going to get some cloth bags going, because my next order of business is to get this area right here, our little horticulture area. I'll call it that, our horticulture area. I want to get a line of bags here so that we can just bag up all this stuff. That's part of the reason they aren't moving cotton and they aren't moving wheat, is because there's no extra bags here. What else is going on here that needs our attention? I am semi-interested in what I can use this copper ore for. I would like to burrow a hole, I think, straight through there, and then I can just deal with that in a minute and kind of clog the holes up. Once we get our workshops built, I do want to get a... Maybe I'll build another extension of our little workshop area over here, and maybe I'll build another one over here as well. Or maybe I'll go down another floor and kind of make my smithing forging area. It looks like it's about nap time for most of our gnomes. Hopefully we aren't... It's weird. We're getting attacked more and more frequently now, which is not good. We don't necessarily have the manpower at the moment to stave off these kind of assaults. But, is that bear still around? Let me see if this bear is still up here. I'm not seeing him, but then again, he could be moving so quickly. The bears are hypersonic bears, like bears with cheetahs duct taped to their backs. So you can never tell. Looks like we've got some rainfall going on right now. And it's still expecting in our horticulture area another bag. We have moved a lot of dirt. I'm hoping a merchant shows up at some point. I don't really get... It says the market stall is vacant. I don't know if I can assign someone to just hanging out there and being our merchant guy. But I know that on the 5th day of summer, I think, you're supposed to get a merchant, so we'll see what happens. We busted a couple holes in the walls here to get some extra copper, because I do feel like we need some equipment, which is going to be our next order of business once we get our cloth needs supplied up. Well, maybe I may focus on furniture, I don't know. Although equipping my military does seem like it should precede building cushy things like furniture, so that's something I'll mill about in my head here while we get other things going. We have lucked out, and as I said in the last episode, we had another yak built here, and the point of having the 2 pastures, for those of you that missed my explanation, is that you don't want the yaks to overpopulate to where they become a nuisance. If the yaks overpopulate, they won't fill the pasture, and they'll just start running off. So you want to have one that's for yaks that are going to be butchered, and you want to have one for yaks that are going to be breeding, and for yaks that are going to be producing milk. So all females and like 1 or 2 males in this pasture, and then this is going to be all males over here. And the males we're just going to butcher, and once I get the kitchen set up and the butchery area set up, we're going to use that. And once I get a tannery set up, we're also going to be using that to make some gear. Let's see here. And we are all wrapped up over here at our loom, so I am going to go ahead and start making some bolts of cotton. I would like to have... let's say craft to 25 bolts. I would like to keep a reasonable supply of bolts around. 25 seems like a tad much, but I do want to get a bunch of bandages on hand so that we can keep ourselves stocked there. Looks like we've got another copper vein here, so I am going to excavate that out of the wall. I am a sucker for copper. In real life, I am a geologist, and copper is actually my favorite mineral. So I am going to dig every last little bit of copper out of the walls that I can. I love copper. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. I love the way it forms in the earth. But that's beside the point. This is an LP, not Splattercat. What is your life like when it comes to copper? Bink is sleeping on the job. I would actually prefer that he sleep right here rather than sleeping inside. It's less ground to cover. Now we do have a gnomish merchant here who has showed up. And what does he have for us? What's he got going on? His name is... He's from the Kingdom of Apple Velvet. Let me see here. The market stall. Oh, fantastic. So this is our first visit here, and we can see if we can shore up some of the supplies we're lacking. So I went ahead and I paused the game, and my stack here, I am going to go ahead and get rid of, I think, well, I'm gonna hold on to my dirt for now because I have space for it. He has applewood logs. He has a lot of coal. What is his coal worth? So I am gonna take... Oh dear. Hold on, bring this stuff back. I think it moves entire stacks. Okay, it's moving entire stacks. So that's my stuff down here. What's in his stack? That's what I'm more interested in, is what's going on in his stack. He does have some tin ore. What's that gonna cost me? 10 apiece. I'll take that. I don't want his yaks. Although I will sell him one of my male yaks, actually. I will absolutely sell him one of my yaks. Unless he doesn't want my yaks. Huh. I will get rid of about 50 cotton here to kind of sweeten the pot for him, because I don't want to have all that cotton on hand. I'm not sure why he won't take my male yak. I do feel like selling it to him. I just don't think he wants it. We do have a lot of poor wheat beer. That's unfortunate. We need to get better at making beer. Let's see. What else do you have for me, buddy? I'm taking his tin. I will take as much of his apple wine as he will sell me. I will take his strawberry wine because it's not expensive. He has a lot of copper ore, which I think I will take as well. And then we're just going to kind of... I may not have the actual resources for this. I'm just kind of making a list of things that I want from him. Let's see here. It's unfortunate that I don't have a lot of goods to sell him. I've been kind of holding off on farming a lot of goods so that... Let me go ahead and remove that from the list. And remove about 10 of those from the list. We don't really have the... But now that we know that our merchant stall is working, I actually feel a bit more stable. So I am going to sell him, I think, 43 strawberries just to get that pot sweetened up. And then we're going to go ahead and trade. I don't know if our haulers need to haul or if it automatically does it. I hope that that didn't create a giant hauling queue for me. But I think this is where I'm going to cut off episode 7. This has been Splattercat, once again narrating for you and just kind of doing the oratory skills while I play Gnomoria. And I would like you to come back for episode 8. I thank you for coming for episode 7. If you enjoy what I do, please do leave me a comment, leave me a vote. Do leave me really any information you can about how I can do this better and what you like about what I'm doing, because it helps me tailor the show for my viewers. In any case, I will see you next time in episode 8.